When I was a teenager, I accidentally learned how to lucid dream, and I completely wasted the opportunity. Everyone says you have to wake up to achieve your dreams, but what if there's a world where you can actually use them to achieve everything you've ever wanted? Over the next 12 weeks, I'm going to learn how to lucid dream so I can use the dream world like some kind of life maxing natural virtual reality to basically rehearse and become the person that achieves the things that I want to achieve and see if I can't do it quicker than the normal way of doing it. So let's start at the beginning. I was a teenager, in middle school, and I was spending study hall in the library. And like most of my study halls, I spent them just walking around the bookshelves, and I happened to come across this dusty, musty, smelly old book that was pretty thin, but it was from like the 70s, and it was all about how to astral project, achieve out of body experiences, and lucid dreaming. Now, in my opinion, it's a pretty wild book to have in a middle school library, but I was all for it. Long story short, I took it home, I practiced everything in the book, and I was never able to achieve any of the out of body stuff or the astral projection, but I did become pretty proficient at lucid dreaming. And believe it or not, I spent what little time I had in lucid dreams doing exactly the things that you would think a teenage boy would do if the world was his literal oyster. And besides doing every fun thing under the sun, I lost interest after a time. And although my mind was kind of expanded to, wait, there is a whole different part of this reality, I just kind of let my lucid dreaming muscle, atrophy because I was kind of bored with it. But that's because at the time, I didn't have a single clue about what the actual capabilities of this skill could actually be and what they could be used for. Fast forward to present day. My knowledge and my ambitions have greatly expanded, but my jaunts into lucidity at night have dwindled to almost nothing. Maybe once every 2 to 3 months, and it's on accident when it happens. And I want to change all that, and here is why. Here's my hypothesis and the whole foundation for this entire series that we're going to do. Knowing what I know now compared to teenage me, I can see now that I completely underestimated and underutilized the gift of that ability to lucid dream and what it actually is. First, your subconscious mind takes in so much data from the outside world every second of every day that, first of all, you're not privy to even 1% of it. But secondly, it's able to use that data to construct worlds within your dreaming world, that are almost indistinguishable from waking life. Secondly, we know that your mind cannot tell the difference between imagination or dreaming and something that happens in real life or waking life. Third, as Neville Goddard always says, you need to be able to live in the feeling of the wish fulfilled if you want to create those things in your life. You have to be in Barbados, for those of you who've studied Neville Goddard. And I think that you can use these 3 points to make a good argument that you could use lucid dreaming as essentially life rehearsal. You could, in within that lucid dream, because you have so much information provided by your subconscious mind, that if you want to rehearse skills or situations or conversations, you can rest assured that those, like how it works in your lucid dream, is going to be probably pretty close to how it would actually turn out in real life. On top of that, I think the lucid dream state would be the perfect place to rehearse the wish fulfilled, or the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Because the hardest thing for people, especially with Neville's work, is like, how do I adopt that feeling of, having $10 million if I've never had $10 million? Well, to me, an answer could be, in your dream world, you can have $10 million and you can live that life of luxury. And then if you do that enough, there definitely would be enough of like what I'm calling emotional drift to like kind of slip out of the lucid experience and into waking life. If you spend enough time in a lucid dream, driving around the LaFerrari, you're going to have a pretty good feel for it in your everyday life. And then on top of that, detaching from it, it's going to start to feel like that's just a normal thing for you to have that car, or for you to have that job, or for you to go on those vacations. And when you can adopt that feeling in waking life, I think that's where all the magic happens. So you might be wondering how I plan on doing this. Well, I've broken the next 12 weeks into 4 3-week long phases. The first phase is going to be foundational work. The second phase is going to be all about awareness. The third phase is going to be about stability and control. And the fourth phase is going to be about actual rehearsal and putting my hypothesis into action. So weeks 1 through 3 are going to be all about, dream journaling, meditation, reality checks, all things I'm going to talk about as the series go on. Weeks 4 through 6 are going to be about daytime lucidity, dream anchors, dream signs, and, finally introducing my chosen strategy to induce lucid dreams. Weeks 7 through 9 will be all about stabilizing, extending, and controlling those lucid dreams that I'm hopefully having by then. And weeks 10 and 12 will be me actually starting to put my hypothesis in my life maxing to work and see what actually happens. And what do I hope to get from doing this whole series? Well, one, just to increase and get back this cool skill of lucid dreaming. I want to take it from, like I said, having, one to two lucid dreams every 2 months accidentally, to I want to be able to have 1 to 3 lucid dreams a week. And I want to be able to, those dreams to be controlled, stable, and, be able to put them to good use. Secondly, I want to try meditating in a lucid dream. In all the subreddits, every now and again someone talks about it and it sounds super cool. Plus, I have this delusion of, I remember seeing Goku from Dragon Ball Z meditate in his hyperbolic chamber, and I have this weird want to recreate that on my own and experience it for myself. And third, I want to try to manifest something weird, unpredictable, and small from this dream state. And here's kind of where I need your help, because I don't really know what that's going to be yet. The way that I see it now, it has to be something that I'm not actively trying to achieve or bring into my reality, so that we can keep this experiment as clean as possible, to where this thing I'm only working on achieving it or obtaining it within the dream state. And it's also got to be weird enough that it's not something that's just going to, predictably show up in my life somewhere. So if you want to suggest something down in the comments, I am all ears. So if this seems like something that you'd be interested in or interested following along, be sure to follow, like, comment, whatever, so this shows back up. And this is only the first part of the series. I plan on making, weekly updates, as well as informing you on the things that I'm learning and experiencing as I go. So I'm planning on having a fun time, and I think this will be a really fun series to take along for.